Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is in Turkey for some of the most important talks since he took office. He's meeting with the country's top leaders to discuss the war against ISIS, among other issues. The two countries disagree on the best approach to driving the terror group from Syria. Elizabeth Palmer is following Tillerson's trip, and she joins us from Turkey's capital of Ankara. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning. This is one of the first official visits that Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has made. Turkey is clearly a priority. And the reason for that is evident. It's not only a fellow NATO ally, it's an absolutely crucial cooperating partner in the fight against ISIS in Syria.
I think the exchange of views was very helpful to both of us today.
Turkish officials lost no time. Secretary Tillerson plunged into a series of high-level talks with the president, the prime minister, and the foreign minister. And there was a lot to talk about. Top of the list, the war against ISIS in Syria on Turkey's southern border. With few soldiers of its own on the ground, the U.S. has teamed up with local armed groups, including a Kurdish force called the YPG. But Turkey sees the YPG as a bitter enemy, in fact, a terrorist group. And it's been leaning hard on the U.S. to cut off its support. But after today's meeting, Secretary Tillerson wouldn't say the U.S. was willing to do that.
What we discussed today were options that are available to us. They are difficult options. Let me be very frank. These are not easy decisions. They're difficult choices that have to be made.
And there's another bone of contention. This man, Fethullah Gulen, a Turk currently living in Pennsylvania. He's the spiritual leader of a huge Islamic network. The Turkish government blames him for organizing last year's failed military coup and wants the U.S. to hand him over. So far, the Justice Department will only say it's studying the evidence against him. On both these thorny issues, Turkey initially hoped the new administration would see things its way. Salim Koru is an analyst with the Economic Policy Research Institute.
When President Trump got elected, there was a lot of hope in Ankara that this would change. It now looks like a lot of that hope has been dampened.
Secretary Tillerson referred to today's talks as an exchange of views. That's diplomatic speak for there was a lot of listening, there was some talking, but no deals were reached at the table. And certainly American policy wasn't changed in any way that would be acceptable to the Turks. Gayle?
Thank you very much, Elizabeth Palmer, reporting from Turkey.